So this is my family's crepe recipe, which my mother apparently got in her high school French class. Now, I love old recipes, but they're usually quirky. So let me point out a few quirks of this one before we get into it. Number one, this was written on a typewriter. Yeah, that's how old this is, and maybe how old my mother is. Shh. Number two, there are no actual instructions on how to make these. It's just the ingredients and then some other background information, which makes it entirely unhelpful for anybody who doesn't already know how to make this recipe. So luckily, you have me, and let's get into this.
Into a blender, we're going to add 1 1/4 cups of slightly warmed milk, 1 egg and 1 egg yolk, 1 tablespoon of melted butter, 3/4 cups of flour, and a pinch of salt. Blend this all together until it's smooth, making sure to scrape down the sides to get any residual flour, and that's your crepe batter. Time to head over to the stove to cook up some crepes. So there are a couple important pointers when making crepes. Number one, preheat your pan so it's hot but not scorching, and always add butter in between crepes. Frankly, the more butter the better, so don't skimp here. 2, pour in less batter than you think you need and make sure to swirl it so it coats the pan in a thin layer. I definitely over poured here and used way too much batter for this first crepe, so do what I say, not what I do. 3, be patient. You want your crepes to have a nice browning, so let them cook. Lastly, these can be a little tricky to flip, but I believe in you. Use the widest spatula that you have, or if you have like an offset icing spatula, you know, those tools that are used for icing cakes, that also works. And if you mess a crepe up while you're flipping it, don't worry, I promise you they will still get eaten. Anyway, now that we have all of our crepes cooked, it's time to grab our favorite toppings so we can fold these. So my favorite crepe toppings are Nutella and strawberries. So for this video, I whipped up some of my homemade Nutella. Go check out that video if you want to learn how to make some for your crepes. And some thinly sliced, objectively subpar strawberries, but you know, you work with what you've got. I layered both on only half of the crepe so that when I folded it into quarters, I would get 2 nicely distributed layers. And voila, crepes.
So my family, we usually have these for breakfast, but you know, breakfast, dessert, does it really make a difference? It's still gonna be delicious, so let's dig into this. Cheers. Let's be real, crepes are just delivery systems for whatever toppings you want to add. So these have Nutella and strawberries. You can add whipped cream, bananas, whatever you want, cinnamon, sugar. It's all going to be delicious. I'm going to go finish this. Let me know if you make these.